Every once in a while, we all inevitably reach a point where we're mentally or physically down a rabbit hole. We've all been there. For a week straight, we go to bed inspired to wake up early and exercise, but then we wake up and, without question, slam our snooze button like it's an overly aggressive smack bottom. Eventually, when we do this enough, we find ourselves in a rut. For many of us, we get into a rut because we just don't keep enough promises to ourselves, and when they add up, we just simply believe that we can't do it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, then welcome to my channel. So to those of you who've been on my channel before, you'll know that I've lost almost 100 pounds, and I've been in a very bad rut where I had a 1.6 GPA in college. I was 100 pounds overweight. My girlfriend just dumped me. I was in a pretty low place. This is a different rut that I want to talk about recently, because I've personally been in a bit of a rut where I just haven't been keeping promises to myself. I launched an online business recently called the Fat to Fit Blueprint, and if you're interested in losing weight, then check it out down below because I'd love to help you out there. Since I've been grinding on my online business, I've been really neglecting getting up early and doing my workouts first thing in the morning and making sure that I'm eating in a calorie deficit. For those of you who are trying to lose weight, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I just found myself in this really low place, and I just want to share with you guys the steps that I'm taking to get out of this rut, because I've been in plenty of them in my life and I've never stayed in any of them. And you're not going to either. So if you're struggling, this is going to be the video for you. All right, guys, so as far as getting out of a rut and getting on the path of success, I'm gonna break it down into 4 steps, because I've been in and out of ruts several times in my life, and inevitably I've always had to follow these 4 steps. So step number 1 is gonna be, you need to give yourself a personal audit. A personal audit is an opportunity for you to find the leak in the boat. You're in a rut because you've got a leak in the boat somewhere and you're sinking. Okay, so you're almost below the water, right? So you've got to find where the leak is in the boat and plug it so you can start scooping the water out of the boat and rise to the occasion. You see, the reason we want to do a personal audit is just based off of Albert Einstein's definition of insanity, which is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. You see, if you're unwilling to look back and see where the leak in the boat is and see where you've been going wrong and what's gotten you into this rut, if you're unwilling to look back and see that, you're just not going to be able to progress, because you're going to keep trying the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Now, step number 2 in this process is going to be call out your limiting beliefs. You see, all of us have a certain set of beliefs that are limiting our future. Whether we acknowledge them or not, everyone's got a certain amount of them. So when we can put them right out in the open and establish what beliefs that we have that are holding us back. Oh, I have test anxiety, I'm bad at taking tests. You believe that, but that might not totally be true. I'm big boned, I can't lose the weight. Limiting belief, that's totally not true. I just can't do 30 minutes of cardio. I can't do it. 15 minutes is my threshold and then I would die, I guess. No, that's not true. We have these limiting beliefs in our mind that limit what we're actually capable of doing. So when we can call out our limiting beliefs and realize that we can do so much more than we believe we can, we'll start to understand that the only thing holding us back from literally everything that we want is just the belief that we can't do it. And another thing I want you to keep in mind is that you are under no obligation to be who you were 5 minutes ago. Okay, so you looked back, you saw everything that's going on, you're figuring out where the leak in the boat is. If you have a bad habit that you're trying to break, like smoking, okay, I don't care if you just bought cigarettes 5 minutes ago. You are not obligated to be that person now. Even if you did it 5 minutes ago, 5 days ago, 5 years ago. All right, step number 3 is gonna be take the first step. You see, the first step to change is always the hardest. It's the most difficult one that people struggle with the absolute most, because it takes the most mental energy, because we don't like change. Humans, we don't like when things change, and I'm here to tell you, embrace the change, okay? Because if you don't change, nothing else in your life is gonna change. But what I mean by this small step is just by doing something. Let's say you wanna just change your life for the better. I wouldn't recommend that you start a million things and try to create all these new habits at once. No, I would probably just tell you, set your alarm first thing in the morning and just don't hit snooze. Set it, and whenever it's set, just get up. Don't think about it. Don't think about the possibility of hitting snooze. Just get up. Because just keeping that small promise to yourself first thing in the morning is going to build a snowball effect for the rest of your day. And don't forget to celebrate your wins. I think for so many of us, whenever we screw up and we do something wrong, we always remember it and call it out and say, oh man, I screwed that up. I screwed that up. And then just really fixate on it. But we don't fixate on when we do good. We just say, oh, well, I was supposed to, so I just, did what I was supposed to do. And you don't celebrate it. So celebrate your wins, even if it's just getting up in the morning and not hitting the snooze button, but just getting up, right? That's a win, so celebrate it. Give yourself a mental reward and be like, hell yeah, like I did that. Now the last step here to get yourself out of a rut is going to be count the votes. You see, every choice you make every single day is just a vote toward the person you are becoming. So maybe some bad votes votes would be going and picking up a pack of cigarettes on the way home and skipping the gym. But good votes would be, you know what, I'm gonna say no to the pack of cigarettes and I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna lift and I'm gonna eat healthy today and I'm gonna drink a bunch of water today. Like, those are good votes. So keeping those promises to yourself are votes that you can keep over a certain amount of time so you can find the maximum amount of success. To quote one of my favorite podcasters ever, Ed Milet, he says, the only way to build self-confidence is by keeping promises to yourself. So in other words, the more promises that you keep to yourself, the more you like yourself, and then the more self-confidence you have going forward. So just remember that those small steps that you take each and every single day are gonna add up to you becoming the person that you want to be. So in the end, I just want you to remember that you are under no obligation to be who you were 5 minutes ago. You are under no obligation to stay in this rut that you're in. You have every bit of capability to have anything you want, and you just must believe it to be true, and then have the actions to follow it and prove it to yourself. You can't affirm your way to success, you can only prove it. So it's your time to start proving it to yourself that you are worthy of getting out of the rut and having the life that you want. So if you are not subscribed already, then be sure to subscribe down below. I'd love to have you a part of my channel full of like-minded individuals who not only want to grow in their fitness, but want to grow in every other aspect of their life. So as always, let's keep getting better together and keep on grinding. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.